9,000 miles from Des Moines, wildebeest are stretching their legs. Breakfast is cooking over the open flame. And Jacqueline is the lucky one.
Bye.
Headed to work. Just past those fish drying on the fence, she has a job.
Not so many people have work here. Yeah.
Earning enough money, South African rand, to support her whole family.
I live with my mother, my brother, my two sisters, my nephew, my niece, and my son.
Even the basics here are difficult.
Water currently is one of the hardest challenges that people here in the community face.
In this corner of South Africa, unemployment tops 30%. Corruption runs rampant and infrastructure is primitive. But in this corner of South Africa, you'll also find hope that started arriving from Iowa 25 years ago, when Jacqueline was just a girl.
He changed my life very much, and he gave me food and everything I need.
14 years ago, this same village threw a party celebrating the help from Iowa that was just starting to make a difference. Jacqueline was there that day, and so were we.
I'm living with my mother, my brother, my sister, and my young sister.
Now that she's 26, that interview hits differently.
Because the story is familiar and it's true, yeah.
A story that started with an Iowa doctor who moved to South Africa, mobilized our state, and started changing lives.
You know, God calls out to us to help the poor and help the children, and that's been what we have been called to do and what we do.
Everyone here calls Jim Blessman Doc.
I personally thank him so much, and I love him so much, and he knows that. And I can never thank him enough.
Neither can the tribal chief ruling over this entire part of the country.
I also pray when I'm sleeping, praying to God to say, God, please assist this man.
Because that retired pain specialist keeps diagnosing problems and using Iowans to improve lives. Drilling for clean water where women have been walking miles to get it in jugs. Building safe toilets to replace holes in the ground behind daycares. And connecting thousands of schools all over Africa with the brown boxes of food stamped, packed by volunteers in Iowa.
When you start feeding thousands of kids and you just see the need and it's working, it's helping, you can't stop.
Even in retirement.
I'm 81 and I never plan to quit.
But now it's time for the second generation to lead this Urbandale-based organization, Blessman International.
I would have lived a good life in America. But this is where my purpose is.
Doc's son, Dustin, is now in charge of maximizing Iowa's generosity. Here, Pizza Ranch's logos aren't far away from Musco's new lights. And Hy-Vee signs hang from water wells at preschools, daycares, and feeding centers in nearly every village. And the next Iowa connections are ready to take off.
I'm super excited.
I have no idea what even their world looks like.
In mid-January, Des Moines' ticket counter was buzzing. A team of 35 Iowans were on the way, loaded down with suitcases full of supplies and iPads filled with movies.
We've downloaded plenty of viewing material on the tablet, so we should be fine.
Because the trip from Des Moines to Johannesburg crosses 8 time zones, the equator, and 9,000 miles on one of Earth's longest commercial flights. 16 hours after takeoff, between movies and naps, it was sinking in.
I just looked at the map. It shows where we're going, and we're almost over the continent of Africa now.
This trip is a monster, and most of an entire day in economy doesn't lead to many hours sleep.
Maybe 4. 2 meals, 3 movies, a 5-hour nap, and it's still 3 hours until you land.
But that West Des Moines priest and the rest of the Iowans hit the ground in South Africa.
It's nice to have you here. Welcome.
Eager to stretch their legs, find the neighborhood giraffe, and then get to work in the villages where half the kids live with single moms, another quarter don't live with either parent, and love from an Iowa grandma and grandpa.
We love you. We want you to know that we came here as we wanted to see you.
Is powerful.
Yes.
Kids here know their life is hard.
Life is kind of challenging, it has a lot of like crime.
Many bad things like dating with other boys, being involved in drugs, fighting.
But every Iowan who invests the time to show up quickly spots the flip side.
Just the joy that you see in the people, despite the limited resources. It's just a warmth.
Those kids who come from homes without running water, a toilet, or enough food won't stop smiling. And teenagers, waiting for their soccer game, will just break into song or turn a church service into a dance party. Those kids are why these Iowans are here. The nonprofits who've already delivered 250 million meals to hungry kids at home and abroad are ready to help more.
When you hand this food to these kids and you see, how excited they are, you see how much is on their plate and how much they eat, they finish the plate.
The grocery giant that's already helped bring fresh water to 99 villages can't wait for triple digits.
Today, I'll be crying like a little girl when they hit water.
And the Iowa Catholics who say they've circled the globe to be the hands and feet of Jesus.
We come from a place where we take this stuff for granted every day.
So let the work begin.